Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have suffered a brutal slapdown in a fiery rant by GB News presenter Patrick Christys. The GB News host has suggested the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have become a busted flush as support for the couple is reported to have waned in celebrity circles. Mr. Christys has attacked Harry and Meghan Markle for lecturing the public on anti-racism as climate change during a heated monologue on GB News To The Point segment. He also pointed out that Meghan and Harry had not been invited to former US President Barack Obama's 60th birthday celebrations and suggested the snub may be a sign the tide has turned for the couple. Presenter Patrick Christys said, "Are Meghan and Harry now a busted flush? Harry used to poll just under the Queen when it came to royal popularity. The cheeky chappy who loved a night out, sometimes he loved a few nights out in a row from what was reported. And fought for his country in not one but 2 tours of Afghanistan. He was the nation's sweetheart," added the GB News host. "We cried when he worked behind his mother's coffin. We cried happy tears when he married, at our expense by the way, and many cried when he announced that he was leaving Britain. But I suspect it will be Prince Harry shedding those tears soon. The Obamas, once great allies of Hazza, have apparently shunned him and Meghan," continued Mr. Christys. "They have chosen their side, they have chosen William and Kate, according to reports. Obama, regardless of what you think of his politics, has aged like a fine wine. He held a star-studded 60th and Harry and Meghan were noticeable absentees. Why was that though? Well, I think the Obamas realized that the tide was turning. The public don't like being lectured on climate change by a couple who have been on more private jets than I have had hot dinners, and I have had a lot of hot dinners." Referring to the time the Duke was photographed wearing a Nazi costume, he added, "They don't like being lectured on tolerance and anti-racism from a prince who we all know wore that uniform to a fancy dress party." Prince Harry brutally mocked by TV host in Commonwealth nation, "We used to like him." Australian Today host Carl Stefanovic made a dig at the Duke of Sussex on The Breakfast Show earlier this week when his co-host Alison Langdon mentioned Prince Harry's name on air. While she was introducing the show's next guest, Global Citizen founder Hugh Evans, she mentioned he had worked with Harry. She said, "Our next guest is a Melbourne man with the likes of Lady Gaga, Hugh Jackman and Prince Harry all on speed dial." Mr. Stefanovic then interrupted her with a pained look on his face as he said, "Prince Harry?" He then started laughing. Ms. Langdon replied, "Well, once upon a time, you would have liked Prince Harry on speed dial." Mr. Stefanovic then appeared to pull himself together before making another wry comment as he said, "Yes, I know. I love him." He has made other harsh comments about Harry in the past, particularly about his upcoming memoir. Last month, Mr. Stefanovic discussed the book with today's LA correspondent Sam Rubin. He asked, "Is it really going to be his story or Meghan Markle's?" He suggested Harry was writing the memoir but using the words of his wife. The prince has also hit the headlines around the world this year as he and Meghan shared in shocking detail their reasons for quitting the royal family last year. During their Oprah interview in March, Harry also spoke about feeling trapped within the firm. Also spoke